Coming June 2024, the first ever United States of America Powerlifting Open World Cup, located in Albany, New York. Good evening. I'm Fester Bolt, and I'm bringing you the most bizarre and hottest powerlifting news from this week. The USA Powerlifting Federation announcing a World Cup. If you're not under a rock, you've probably seen this already, that USA Powerlifting has announced a World Cup meet in 2024 located in Albany, New York. I'm assuming this is a shot at the IPF, the International Powerlifting Federation, to try to create some sort of international competition within USAPL. Unfortunately, the USAPL is just that, the United States of America Powerlifting Federation. It's the United States, it's not the globe or the world. Sure, they do have partner countries, which is an attempt at creating more of a global community within USAPL, but there have only been a handful of competitors who I can confidently say have traveled to the United States to compete, really only being Keenan Lee. So this is pretty ridiculous, right? Like, even if you don't know anything about powerlifting, who wants to be crowned a world champion or hold a world record that doesn't actually have any international competition? And really the only federation that does offer that international competition is the IPF. It's their name. What can I say? I'm not trying to take a shot at the USAPL. I'm just saying this is dumb. Because they have the Pro Series, right? And it started off really hot, kind of fizzled, and now Brad Couillard is trying to bring back the Pro Series into something cool. So why not dig into that aspect? Why not keep pushing the Pro Series and making it more of a higher stakes event or series? Or why not continue really pushing the regionals development, which we've seen this year, where they have the Northeast, Southeast, West, whatever regional divisions, and people can make a goal of it to win regional meets, which is an accomplished goal in itself because it's more competition. It's a little bit of a step up from a local meet. It has opportunity. Why even try to bring a World Cup? This isn't soccer, this is powerlifting. Why bring a World Cup into a federation that is not at the world level? You know, I think there are just more avenues USAPL could really push down to and get a really great response from their athlete base. And especially, why not just ask the lifters what they want? Did anyone poll any lifters? Did anyone ask? Who wanted this? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe lifters do want this. Let's check the comments section. This comment section will probably be civil. Why not make it an invite-only thing for the top 3 men and women per division/weight class, as opposed to allowing anyone with a total to come in? If this is a World Cup, there should be a bigger barrier to entry. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, sorry, first day of the job. There's absolutely no barrier to entry for this meet. This is a World Cup event, and the only qualification you need to possibly become a world champion is to get a total at any meet. Could be the bar, it could be 100 pounds, whatever you want to lift, you can qualify with any USAPL meet and walk into Albany, New York and become a world champion of the United States of America Powerlifting Federation. Yes. Someone commented here, someone's going to win worlds, then place 30th at nationals. United States of the world. IPF Worlds from wish.com. One comment just says Albany. I think that sums it up very well. So here's a point I was trying to make. What happened to the emphasis on growing the Pro Series? It seems that track is fast losing its luster and realistic support from within the organization. Now, I think that's true with the VA Pro being canceled. However, I believe Brad Couillard has announced the Apex Pro. So they are trying to relive or revive the Pro Series, but if they're going to divert some of their resources and I'm sure funds to do whatever they want to do with this World Cup, it is going to take away from the Pro Series, which is what it sounds like lifters actually want to do. Why not focus your goal as a federation on what your massive athlete base, the biggest one for local regional meets in the United States, or a huge athlete base, why not just do what they want to do? We have IPF Worlds at home. The IPF Worlds at home. Now, it's not like USAPL is the first federation to do this, where they create this World Cup within their federation without any international competition. 365 powerlifting, if you're not familiar, they're pretty much only popular, I think, on the East Coast, primarily North Carolina, Virginia and Georgia, they do have world records, just as an example, even though they don't have that many meets and they're within like 3 states. But they do have world records, so if you do compete 365, you can still be a world champion of that federation. But anyone who competes at a high level probably would not take 365 or the USAPL seriously at all. If anything, USAPL is probably just accelerating themselves to be taken less seriously, even at a faster rate now. The World Cup is, for whatever reason, also sanctioned as a local meet. You think I could just say, okay, let me go look on their calendar and go search and check out the international competitions, go ahead and organize it that way. They're going to make this an international meet, right? It's the World Cup, right? No, it's a local meet, with the only qualification just competing at some local meet in USAPL, or just any meet in USAPL. I'm not really sure why they sanctioned it as a local meet. I'm sure more information will come out. So if you're trying to rival a federation that has international competition, world championships, a really prestigious and a huge barrier to entry, having a World Cup that's 2 days in Albany, New York, with no or very low barrier to entry is not the way to rival and to create international competition within your federation. It's just, I think, very, very hastily thrown together here. What I'm not trying to do is come off as a USAPL hater. I know I'm going to get that comment. I'm just saying this is stupid. I used to compete USAPL. I love their local meets. I think their regionals is going to do great things in the next coming years. And even their national competitions are usually always high level and just exciting to watch. I'm not going to be watching the World Cup if they have a live stream for that. I think just more effort should be taken into doing what the actual athlete base wants, because the IPF and the USAPL split over drug testing differences, right? So the IPF has the allure of international competition. Really high level lifters want to go there and compete against the best in the world. USAPL has this huge athlete base at the local, regional level. So why not dig into your fan base and say, hey, what do you guys want to see? How do you want to continue to grow the sport? Do you want to go into the pro series? Do you want to push regionals? How do you guys want to do this? Not, hey, we're going to have a World Cup in Albany, New York for 2 days. Come hang out. I just think it's not making USAPL look like a legit, put together, good organization at this moment. But who am I? I am just Fester Bolt, your local news anchorman. Well, I think that's about enough of this week's news story. This has been NAT News. I'm Fester Bolt. Have a good night, America. Thank you.